Hi guys, in this video we're going to talk about the lesson 2 notes, which is changes in systems, and we're going to start with system. Okay, so what is a system? Well, a system is whatever the objects are that we're interested in, and that could be one object or it could be a couple of objects, it could be several, two, it doesn't matter. Whatever objects are not in our system, we call those part of the environment, and a good way to think about those is everything else is wearing like a green screen suit. It's something that we're going to be editing out of the video that we're watching later. Because it's not part of the system. It might interact with the system, but it's not part of the system that we're looking at. So, and we'll look at some examples of that in a little while. Okay, so one thing to note that I'm going to write down here is that in order for us to talk about gravitational potential energy, Earth has to be in our system. Because if we're going to be talking about an object being up, well, it has to be up relative to something, right? And so that something has to be part of our system. So, with our system, when we're talking about our system, we also have to talk about an initial state, which is how our system is in the beginning. So that's the conditions that we start with, the beginning, the initial, the starting point, however it is in the beginning. And we get to pick where that beginning is. We also get to pick where the final state is. Those are the conditions that we end with. And so it depends on what we're looking at and what our interests are, where that initial state and where that final state might be. And so if we want to look at a ball that we're tossing up in the air, we might pick our initial state to be when it leaves our hand, and we might pick the final state to be at the very top of its path, right when it gets to the very top and stops before it comes back down. Or we might pick the initial state to be right at the very top, and the final state to be right when it gets back to our hand on the way back down. I mean, either one of those could be something of interest.